Good evening, everyone, and welcome to FPRL Round 1 at Monza. This is the Tier 2 race, new season. I am your host, Collateral Ads, alongside...
Delta 27. Hello, Ads.
Yeah. Hello, Delta. First time for everything.
Yes, didn't expect to see you here tonight, but hey ho, them's the rules.
Yeah, no, and new season, new drivers, new champions, so it's the lot. We've only got one person that's come down from Tier 1 this season, which is Remaster in the Williams. Delta, Monza, home track for Ferrari, so you've got Ducha Major Allen in it this year. Diamond was a contender last season. How do you think he's going to fare in this race today?
Douche Hans, like you said, was a contender last season when I was racing as well. I think he has got a good shot this year. I said Remaster was the only one down from Tier 1 last year. Just looking here what's happened to Aaron. He's gone through the escape road on the first chicane. But going back to what you're saying, yeah, Douche definitely got a good shot this year. Remaster may surprise us. He's currently got the fastest lap of 1:19.2. So he's definitely got some potential to him. But the interesting TJ's back as well. Gummers is as well. Did have some good races last year, Gummers, last season, sorry. And TJ the season before that, I don't think he raced last season, I can't remember.
Yep, so like you were saying, Remaster popped into a P1 with a 19.2, so watch out for him today. Like I said, it's come from the faster tier down to the middle tier. So he's going to be generally quite fast, I would expect. Got Jack Hart in P2, Aidan Tubbs moved himself into P3, Gummers and Douche all done their first laps, are all in the pits. Currently got Willie Bum in the pit waiting. Brendan's call's just coming out, and at the moment we have Jay, another lap. Just coming into the final corner, very late braking corner now. Wide. Trying to pump that inside corner, or invalidated him. Jay in the Aston Martin's going to come across the line. A 1:19.8, so that puts it into P6.
Yeah, not a bad start for him. Quite surprised he's actually made it on time and turned up. You know, shocker. And as he just goes straight through the escape road himself.
Yeah, nearly a full grid too. It's nice to see 19 drives on the grid today. You'll probably agree with us on this one. Some corners to look out for where you can gain and lose time. Mainly the loss of time that is going to go into turn 1. As you know, Delta's very late braking corner coming from 200 odd miles an hour, and it is a very difficult corner to try and get very precise and accurate.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, with it being almost a full grid as well, people have got to be on their best behaviour going into turn 1, especially off the start. I'm expecting to see shenanigans. That's all I'm going to say on that one.
Yeah. And
actually, I'm going to call it now. I'm going to see it. It's going to be Major Allen. He's going to go spinning off in the first corner. He's just going to fly off into the escape lane, and that'll be him done.
Yeah, we'll see. First race of the season, people are going to be rusty. I think it's been about 4 or 5 weeks since I put the last one, I think.
Been a while. A couple of them have done the social races, but it's been a while since the league races. A shorter season as well this season, just for the anticipation of the F1 26 DLC, which hoping to be dropped in June. The internet is still saying when in June, no, we don't know. So
yeah, 7 races this season. Like Delta said, we're just anticipating the new update for the new cars. So we shortened the season this season by a couple of races. And like we was talking about regarding Remaster, he's putting a statement time of 1:18.6. So that gives him a 6.5 tenth buffer to the next person, who's Jack in the Heart in P2. We're still waiting for some time from Willie Bum. Just going into the Scary now. Beautifully done there. Car in front of him just got out of the way, so it's not going to give him a hand with the toe. Coming into the last corner now. See how he takes it. Different lines you can take here. You can go like Willie's done. Start tight, make your way in the middle of the track, up the right hand line, going to the line. and that's going to bring him first flying lap. Puts some P5, a decent time by him. Since his first one, 5-place grid penalty for Jack on an out lap. Oh, we got a spinner, and we had Sid Sandwich has crashed into Lexus. Not too sure what happened there. Lexus even spun it on the last corner.
Well, Jack got the 5 grid penalty for colliding with him. So I don't know if it was Jack got him first or Lexus got him. We'll definitely know the stewards will have a look at it a little later on. But I don't quite see what happened there.
Yeah, so the only thing I can think of, I don't think they're that too stupid to fight on their outlaps. I have a feeling Lexus may have lost it in the final corner, and Jack's come around to start his lap, collected him, so he had broken front wing, and then obviously Sid Sandwich had nowhere to go. Obviously Ghosting's on, it's not a street track, but Delta, can you invite, if you can, Freddie's call back into the session? I'm not too sure how to do it if he's on PC, so I'm not 200% sure how you can do that from here. Yep, TJ goes into P9. He's just come out onto he's just finished his lap, so that puts him into P9, half a second away from P2. So nice to see the big boss man doing okay in P9. Obviously this season we haven't got Biddle. He's moved up. He was our tier 2 champion from last season, fully well deserved, and tier 1 races will start again this season on this Wednesday. At the moment, you've got Deuce out on the Ferrari, just finished his lap, and that's put him up into P6. A little bit of improvement by him there, but as we know, Deuce is not doesn't generally qualify quite well, but his race paced out is much stronger than his qualifying. We've got Gregors on flying lap coming into the last corner now. He's Red Bull, and no, he's pulled off, so he's coming back into the pits. We've got Radicals down in P17 in the pits. Aaron, he's on a flying lap, but he has invalidated, went wide at Scary. Radicals still in the pits. Then we've got good old James Locker back for the first one. Taking too much curb on the exit of Ascari. He's in the Mercedes, but lucky enough that was his out lap. But Delta, if you can, take us around with a lap with Mr. Locker, if you can, please.
Now you're putting me to the test, thanks. Do you know what? Me and Lolly was literally on about the corner names of it the other day, and I've completely forgotten already.
I'll just say turn 1, turn 2, and go, that's got to be turn 15.
Just guess. Well, there you go. So looking into turn 1 with Locker, looks like he's taking it just a little bit too much on the curb there into turn 2 of it on the corner.
Full overtake on, going into the second set of chicanes now, taking a little bit of curb and a little bit of the soft curve on the right hand side. Going into the next set of swooping right hand corners, a pretty lovely one if you can get these correct, which he does. To see if he takes a lot of curb on the left hand side. No, he doesn't take all the track, so there's a little bit of time to be gained there. Pressing a lot of overtake, 40% left, DRS wide open, coming into the famous corner of the circuit is Scary. Purple middle sector for Mr. Locker there. Takes it lovely to be fair, Scary. Misses the inside curb, because if you do hit that curb, it will send you off flying. So some people do hit it, some people don't. I tend to try and miss it. Coming into the last corner now, he's taking the inside line, car in the middle of the track. Going out slightly wide and coming across the line with Mr. Locker. A little bit back to left in play, 8%. Goes across the line at P17, 1.20.795. Not bad for Locker, seeing as he didn't race too many times last season, I believe. With 4 minutes left, Delta, who have you got for pole? Going by the times you've seen at the moment, give us your top 3. Who you think your top 3 is?
talking and I realised my controller died. So I was like, why can't I hear like, ad going through my TV? So I was talking for about a good 30 seconds into that and then just completely died. Top 3, definitely Remaster, he's done quite well. He has just put in the chat as well, he did not expect to be this quick in comparison. He's done very well, obviously 2 tenths from Tubbs. Tubbs also... I'd say Tubbs also a very good contender as well. Did very well when he last raced fully in Tier 2. Did get moved up to Tier 1 last season as a reserve, but back down now also himself. Back in full-time with Mercedes alongside Locker this season. Last time these two were together, Tubbs was very much a title contender for that season until circumstances in life changed and he couldn't do much. So I'd say my top 3 for today, Rue, Tubbs, and I'm going to say a wild card's going to be Gummers. It'll be between those 3 today.
Yeah, I agree with the top 2. I think maybe I think Willy Bum. He only did 1 lap so far, whereas everyone's done 2.
That's what I was thinking because Gummers, it was either going to be Gummers or Willy Bum, and I think Willy Bum, as a reserve, he rarely races in the F1. Cars, but I have seen him obviously in the socials on Friday nights. He's quite good there, so he is a contender as well. But I just don't know. I could just see Gummers just picking him maybe by a few hundredths of a second or so.
Yeah, obviously, generally as a driver, generally on the first lap, you're testing the waters, so to say, of your setup and seeing where you can push. Then obviously, your last flying lap, you're going to tell. Aaron's gone off. Your last flying lap, you will end up knowing where the limits are, how much you can push. So you will generally see drivers should be faster on their last flying lap. So everyone is out. Next person who's on a lap is Major Allen. He's 2 and a bit tenths up. He's got a kick Sauber right in his way. He's going to get a lovely little toe here. It's a little bit much, but Kick Sauber does come out of his way. He's coming into Ascari now.
Ads, you need to turn your game sound down. People can't hear you on the stream.
Oh, can I not? Oh, my bad.
No. Big boss man's just told you off.
Oh, was he? Oh, well. How the fuck do you do it? So option. Don't even know. How do you do it?
I just think you just need to turn the game sound like that, your volume down. As in your actual audio volume for the blooming.
Is it that? I think it's that. Don't know. David, give me a hand here. How did you do it? See, yeah, Major Allen, he's pulled out. He's going to start another flying lap, but we do have Rue starting his flying lap. He's coming into the end of the first section. So he's made a mistake somewhere. He is at 7 tenths down. So that'll be him done. He's probably going to try and get round. You've got Jack now coming into the end of sector 1. See if he can improve. He's improved by nearly a tenth of a second. Thank you, Button, for the volume now, so people can hear me. Our Gummer's just come through the end of sector 1, so he's going to start getting busy now. Delta, so Jack's just coming through the end of sector 2. Are you there? Hello. End of sector 2. Hello, Jack nearly a tenth up. So he's got a little bit more to take. Coming into the last corner now, he does need to get about 4 tenths to get into P2 to try and beat Agent Tubbs, who's behind him on track, starting his third and last final lap. Across the line goes Jack. He does improve, but only by a half a tenth. So Gummers is pitted, he's invalidated. How's Agent Tubbs getting on, and Willy Bum?
Looking now at Agent Tubbs, he's down a tenth at the moment as he comes down.
Apparently Delta Button can't hear you very well.
but it's button, so I'm not going to. So
That's
Willie
better.
Bump, better, marvellous. Willie Bump was up as I was commentating. He has gone up. He's gone now into P5. Doesn't quite get into the top three, but Douche has come into the top three with a 1:19.0. So it looks like the top three will be Rue, Tubbs, and Diamond Douche. If Tubbs can improve himself, he is down 2 tenths, so he's not going to improve. But he's P4 now.
We've got Jade just coming across the line. Jade adding a big improvement of 4.5 tenths. So he goes up into P5 just in front of Willie. And that looks like the end of qualifying for
everyone.
First round. With tier 2. So P1 is Remaster 118.6. Second, you got Agent Tubbs in the Mercedes on home soil. You have Diamond. Had a brilliant last lap, moved himself up into P3 in the Ferrari with a 19, near enough a 19 flat. P4 is Haas, which is Jack. P5 you had Jay with a good last minute lap. P6 is Willie Bum in the McLaren. P7 is Aston Martin, or not too sure who.
I didn't quite see as well. Sorry, Fred, you did another invite. He's getting crashed again, so I just got him back in.
I didn't see. So, it was Aston Martin or Mongo P7, Gummers P8, TJ P9, and rounding up in the top 10 is TTV. That's all I'm going to call him. Don't know how you spell the last bit of his name, but
Rage
TTV, Rage Quit, finished 10th. But we have got Jack, who's got a 5-place grid penalty, so that is going to put him down to P9. So that'll push TJ, Gummers, Mongo, Willie, and Jay all up a spot. They ran it off the bottom 10, and Radical did a good lap in the end, who made him down into. He got himself up into P11, so it's a good lap time by Radical there also.
Yeah, really good time by Radical. P11, I wouldn't say it's a nice spot to be in, especially on this track. You've got you are literally slap bang in the middle of the drivers, so you've got all those at the back and the front, so it's kind of got to have your head on a swivel going for this straight as we wait for them to get themselves ready with their tyre strategies, their fuel and everything, their setups. Who have you got to win so far, Ads? Who do you reckon's going to take it? And do you think it's going to be like a domination? Are we going to see a tier 2 Henk, so to speak?
Oh, I don't know, because racing with Rue last season, his qualifying was pretty good, but his he did a lot of mistakes in the race, and I think he can agree with me on that one. Maybe it's because he got into too many extras with people, I don't know, but he did make a few mistakes, which obviously cost him good results.
He also didn't listen to David Lolface when Lolly was telling him to turn his diff down. You're in the chat room, just remember.
So it's going to be hard. I think whoever gets into P1, it's gonna obviously help them. Obviously here, turn 1 is one of the worst in the calendar. It's lovely straight down to the turn 1, but it's one of the worst to start a Grand Prix on.
Well, you'll be doing this on Wednesday yourself, so that'll be quite interesting to see.
Not looking forward to it at all. You can go side by side through turn 1, but you have to be two drivers that are going to give it a bit of leeway against each other. So obviously, if you're going to go into turn 1 side by side, just make sure as drivers leave enough room. There's plenty of room there to go a little bit wider if you're on the inside and get the traction out of the corner. Obviously, then if someone's in front of the corner, obviously back off, because you are going to touch. Your driver's going to naturally pull over to the right when he comes out the corner, and sometimes in this game the red arrow, the white arrow, or whatever you want to call it, doesn't always show up. So just take it nice and clean, easy. Don't want no restarts, because there's been too many crashes into turn 1. Generally there shouldn't be a safety car in Monza. There's a lot of runoff. The only place really you can see getting a safety car is someone spins in the last corner, like we saw in qualifying, and you've got nowhere to go, or there's a massive major accident, of course. I would expect it to be, what would you say, is it a 1 stop around here, or is it 2? I think I'll normally go around here as a 2 stopper, maybe to be safe, but...
Yeah, I'd definitely say it's a 2 stopper. Just speaking to some of the people who are racing tonight beforehand, a lot of them saying it's going to be a 2 stopper. A lot of them taking advice from other drivers in the other tiers, and some of them saying it should be a 2 stopper. it'll be interesting to see what those strategies are, see who goes where. Just having a quick look now, obviously a range of mediums and hards, quite split even as well actually. The top three, Ruse starting on the hards, and then Tubbs, Douchey, Jay, Willy Bum all on mediums, Mongo and Gummers going on the hards, then TJ, Jackar and Rage Quit on the mediums as well in the top 10. Be interested to see what happens for them. Obviously, hopefully there should be no safety cars. We don't want red flags. Obviously, we saw what happened last Friday. Thank God that was a stream, because that was
the first in a while.
Well, that was something. Doing a Fernando
no,
Alonso on the wall.
The good thing about the different charge strategies, obviously medium's going to allow you to get the grip off the line. It's going to give you the advantage in the first, I would say, 3 to 4 laps, and after that you're obviously going to start degrading. Obviously going to the hard, it's going to be harder if there's a safety car. Yeah, 5 lights, and we are away for the first Grand Prix of Tier 2. Brewmaster gets a terrible start. He's got Adrian Tubbs alongside in the Mercedes, and he's got the jumper in time. Deuce not so far back. Clean so far. Aston Martin has to go wide. Deuce behind, alongside, like I was saying, giving each other enough room. Six Albers have come together at the back also, so there's a bit of damage there. Diamond Deuce has got the run on Brewmaster. Let's get some of this Shanaz up. Diamond has gone on the inside. Oh, a little tap of the rear wheel. Breaks a little bit later, then Ruse had to go off and avoid contact and come back on in front to do something. Whoa. And we got Jay on the inside of Diamond, and he does back off. It's very, very sensible from him. But down the back,
Aaron's come off at the back. He's come off there just at the start of sector 2 around that corner. It's spun right around.
Very wide there.
Yeah, thankfully it hasn't hit into anyone
though.
What
outfit? It looked like a kick Sauber. It might have been just bits of carbon fibre that come off, but I thought one of them had that damage. But yeah, kicked out Lexus and Bread. Got Major Allen's going on the inside of, and a lovely move there by Lexus around the outside of the Sky. Yeah, I'm bouncing that was. David Alolface in P15 chasing down Radical in the RB. Radical there in the ink. A special colour? I can't remember what colour they had last season. Did Sandwich, TTV, and then you've got whoever the winner is blank for me.
That's Dixie, Jellybean Mike.
James Locker. Jay Locker, got some moves up the
speaking
front.
I think Rue's just gone through the escape road.
Like I was saying about Brewmaster and mistakes in the race, he's now gone from pole all the way down to 11th, 12th. Second time penalty. Agent Tubbs is getting away with it. Delta right at the front with 2.6 second gap, but it does look like even Jay is gone in the back of Douche just then, and he's lost part of his right end plate.
Yeah, I was just about to say, it was kind of, we had a kind of a clean start. We had a bit of a argy-bargy at the start, but nothing too bad. But yeah, unfortunately, Rue's kind of been cursed by the commentators, it seems, and he's kind of dropped, like you said, all the way now down into P12 with that 3 seconds as well. Like you, Agent Tubbs stormed in the lead, got a great start on Rue, and he was gone before you turn 1. What was coming up for him, so good for him. Jay coming up as well, starting P4 for him now coming up as well. So all in all doing well, but with Tubbs at the moment, that gap 2.6 seconds. Obviously, be interesting to see how it goes on lap 3 of 27, and so still a long way to go.
Yeah, we've got Argum who's trying to go on the inside of Mongo, who's all his battery now.
Alan's just got 10 seconds.
Who?
Alan just got 10 seconds in the pit lane.
Well, Alan's got 10 second tyre penalty. He's obviously got a front wing chase at some point, which he has, and he's gone on the hard tyre, so he's hit the back of someone at some point. Got Diamond Douche now getting passed by Jay into the second part of the chicane. Obviously around here, wing damage doesn't affect you as much because it's a low downforce circuit, but once your tyres start wearing off and through corners like this, you will start to feel it. The Douche now should hit the old jump. Got the DRS wide open view from Jay's rear wing, and Douche does get nicely past into Ascari.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the back here. Locker seems to try and move facing down TJ. Not really able to make a move in that second lot of DRS there.
Changes. So Locker Delta, he's had a good start up into P9, so he's improved by 3, and obviously Sid Sandwich in the Alpine moves up by 6.
Yeah, great start to them. Obviously, the biggest loser of the starts at the moment. Obviously, Remastered down 10 was P1, down in P11 at the moment. Rage as well, down 5, not had a great time with his start of the race. And obviously, Aaron down 1, Alan down 3, Lexus down 3, and actually well down 3. Radley also down 2, but everyone else going up. Brett up 4, Gregor's up 3, Brett up 5 now, I should say. Oh no, him and Rage Quit having a bit of a side-to-side battle there. Sid Budget up 6, DXY Jelly Mike up 3 alongside Locker. PJ still in P8, still managed to stay there. Chasing down at Dakar in P7, he started P9 after that dip, but Gunners has managed to get himself into P6. Mongo also up 1 and Willie Bum up 1. Gungushi in third, comfortably there at the moment. Jay up to himself as well into P2, and obviously Agent Tubbs starting in P2 and now in P1 on lap 4 of this race.
Yeah, person to look out for, Delwa, is Mongo. He's in P5. He improved by 5, and obviously he's starting on the hard. So, and he's keeping in shape with Jay in P2. So towards the end of this race, you should be able to see him come through the grid. And Willie Bum was having a nice little sniff there. Diamond's rear end there. Try to get past it just before the last corner. He's going to get a lovely run. Let's see who uses the most battery. Willie's got about just drained it. Diamond's not using it, so it looks like Diamond's carrying a little bit extra more. Real front wing than what Diamond has. Little love tap there by Mongo in P5. We've got someone who's gone off in the back. Bit of carbon fibre there at the back. It does look like TTV has had a problem. He's gone from fighting with Gummers down to P16. So I didn't see that. Brewmaster's gone off again. Promoted all Bread's had a good start. He's up into P12, so he's having a flyer at the minute.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, also having that flyer, Agent Tubbs, obviously now that gap just increasing, still up now 4.7 seconds. Everyone else seemingly stuck in this DRS train all the way down to P15 where Rage Quit is. Not much room for them to battle apart from the DRS, and then it's who dares wins. Stuck in the DRS train like this. Looking at fans, it seems they are starting to break away. Mongo has broken away from Gummers, who kind of now de facto leads the rest of the DRS train all the way down to Rage Quit. Just as I said that, Jack Hartley's got above him. Gummers, it looks like he's going into the picture for what he does.
So this is going to give TJ opportunity to turn 1. Jack does have a broken front wing. TJ
and that's 10 seconds for Aaron's quarter cutting as well. I think he's got damage again. Can't quite see from this angle on the car. Doesn't look like it actually. He's just generally quite
Can you invite Lexus back? Apparently Lexus left. I never saw him leave.
Didn't see it go either, to be fair, but yeah, I'll get that done.
No, but yeah, TJ is behind Jack. A lot of front wings damaged so far. Alan had front wing damage. You've got Jack with damage. You've got Jay with damage. You've also got one of the red Sauber with damage. P10 person, P11 person has got 3 seconds in the Williams. He's got damage in the front wing. So yeah, British Calls moved himself up into P10. So he's having a brilliant race so far. Mr. Locker had a little moment the lap before going into a sky, which did allow Sid Sandwich to get through, but Sid's made the jump on TJ. This is a nice little fight here, and you've got Willie Bum now though right on the back of Jay. Diamond's done the jump on Jay. So let's see, Diamond could be sitting duck.
Just looking at TJ's coming in now, it's a lock, he's obviously jumped in those.
Jay into turn 1 to both drivers leave a lovely bit of room. Yes, they do. Look at that. That's side by side race. A little bit of wheel banging, or they can get off each other. You know the wheel contact in this game ain't the best. But we've got a 4-way fight here at the moment for P2 with Agent Tubbs just storming out in front. 6 second advantage so far. Take a look down the end of the grid. Got Radical and TTV are also fighting with Brewmaster for P11. So far so good. Radical's got a bit of front wing missing also. So all these medium top 10-second penalty for Alan for corner cutting. That probably would have been
well for them today.
That would have been turn 1 and going through the bollard. Mr. Lowface down in 14th. He's just in DRS range of a Radical. But now Delta, it comes into situation where medium tyres, they should start going off around lap, or say lap 8, lap 10.
Yeah, around 8 to 10. Tubbs just come in now to do his pit stop now. Willie Bum's coming in 10 seconds for him as well. Going to see a lot of the medium runners starting to come in, get those hards on. All the
so Willie Bum picked up a 10-second penalty. That would have been speeding in the pits.
A great first race of this season, Aaron, one of our reserves this season. Usually the McLaren's going to be Button and Hirsch. To race next, we've got the reserves. Not a great start for Aaron. 22 seconds. Same with Major Allen, same amount of time. Willie Bum on 10 seconds, Remaster on 3, and his teammate DXI 20 seconds as well. But apart from that, no one else at the moment.
Yeah, a lot of penalties at the moment being dished out, especially the two drivers towards the back. But now, Delta, let's have a look at Monco, who's our current race leader. He's got a 1.5 second gap. His tyres will now start coming into play, especially against people of the medium tyres behind him, Sid Sandwich and Jack, which I would expect to probably jump in the pits this lap to defend against Diamond and Willie, so they don't lose too much time. And TJ,
absolutely. Sid coming straight in, Jack right behind him. Locker staying out, he's on the hard, so obviously this is where the advantage of the hard tyres is playing, like you said.
So let's just see how they fare towards the end of the race, because even though Agent Tubbs was leading by 6 seconds, it could obviously quickly turn around, and the new medium tyres towards worn hard tyres there is a big gap. You can gain a lot, especially through sector 2. I'm right behind Jay here, coming into the braking zone of turn 1 and 2, with Willie Bone close behind with 9/10. They are about 7 seconds behind Agent Tubbs. Let's see what he can do. More action down the field. Jack and TJ Delta.
Yeah, just have a look now. Jack just trying to keep up with TJ at the moment. There is a yellow flag. I just want to see what's happened there. I think it is the McLaren of Aaron, I believe. That was the yellow flag. I don't know what happened. It seems to have there in back row to TJ and Jack. And just as I do, Jack makes that move on TJ. TJ right behind now.
Oh, there's another yellow flag.
DRS. Aaron going into the pits. I think TJ now on DRS. Charges against Jack. Couldn't quite get it done. On that start. Burns a bit of his battery just to keep up and keep it in that DRS.
Can you invite Lexus again, Delta? He's restarted his router.
Okie dokie.
Please. But yeah, we got TJ hunting down Jack here. Saved a bit of battery, so he's not going to go for the move as of yet. Going into turn 1 now. We've got David having a good old fight with the Williams at P14. Radical is just slightly behind. He did have a wing change, so he hasn't done too bad. Get out in P16. Major Allen's about 2 seconds behind this little group. Further up the field, Willie Bum and Diamond are still swapping places, especially Diamond and Jay. They've been at it since lap 1. But all they want to do now is try and close that gap to Agent Tubbs, because it is ever so slightly growing. And we've got TJ picking up a 3 seconds. We've also got Rumas picking up another 3 seconds. I think I just saw there. As we know as drivers, this track is very high on track limits, especially with this Ascari section. It's very hard not to get one there if you've gone wide or gone a little bit too early into the corner. Aaron picks up another 10 seconds for corner cutting.
3 seconds for rage quit as well. The corner cut, the time penalties are now flying in. Let's look at this time now, though. Penalty-wise, now in P3, so he's back in the pavement.
Yeah, penalty-wise, I don't think it's going to be too long before Aaron gets disqualified. I can't remember how many you got to get. I think it's 34.
I'm not too sure.
I'm not sure. He's on 29 seconds and he picks up another 3
now,
seconds.
as you say.
Yeah, that was crossing over the white line on the pit straight, which is a bit stupid, really, but it is obviously track limits there. He's got Mongo now has caught Bredi's call. He's made himself up into P1, so he's stretching his lead over Mongo. So he's another person to look out for this afternoon. He's obviously started from the back and he's already up into P1, so he has kept a lovely clean sheet since the start of this Grand Prix. Again, he still will have to pit. The only thing I think at this present moment would be damaging Agent Tubbs' chance of winning this Grand Prix would be a safety car at this time. And as we was just saying, that Mongo coming to pits and got a 10-second penalty. We also had Aaron pick up another 10 seconds.
Yeah, Jack Hart as well, I believe, picked up a 3 seconds. Sid's just set the fastest lap of 1:22.5. So Sid making his way.
42.
Not
Diamond.
well.
Yeah, Diamond and Jay have managed to get past Lexus in P5 on 11 lap old tyres. Willie Bum's just coming onto the back of him now, so made him drop off slightly to Diamond and Jay. David Loveface picked up his first 3-second penalty down in 15th. And he's chasing the Williams of
DXY. Aaron has retired. He's gone into the pits. So his race is done. Not surprised.
Decided it's enough. Too many time penalties, but he gave it a good shot. On to the next race for him. We've got Rumas now all over the back of Major Allen in the Ferrari. He does go to the back of Allen. Did he just lose a bit of front wing? No, I think it was just a bit of carbon fibre popping up. So he's going to look at wanting to make a move here on Allen. Allen takes that corner really wide. It's all a bit skewered. He's going into the corner.
There we go. He's got the battery on as well. Going to go straight past him.
And DOS, bit of overtake, and he is safely through. So that was a 3 seconds for Radical. Yeah, Radicals are all over back on David. So we should see Radical make a move on David. Let's have a look. Take a view of David's rear wing. DRS wide open. Using a bit of battery. Going into turn 1. Easy move. That gives David a lot of space. Nice and tight into turn 1. That promotes Radical up into P15. The Diamond out all on the back of Jay, still 3 temps. Jay is running at about 51% battery, so he's doing a bit more battery saving than Deuce at this current moment in time. Agent Tubbs though, 8 seconds in front Delta. It's going to be a bit hard for these guys to catch that back now, unless obviously something drastically happens like a safety car.
Yeah, absolutely. Tubbs has got himself back in for the stormed off. This is what we saw of him the last time he raced full time in Tier 2, which I believe was season 12. Had a very strong start. I can't remember if Monza was on that season or not, but very strong in that season. Has come back to Tier 2 and now already started showing that he hasn't really had any rust of not racing. And back in that 8.2 second gap. Lap 14 to 27. Can't see Tubbs not winning this race now unless he does something silly or, like you said, a safety car comes out. Automatic
Yeah, we've got Willie Bunn down in P5, who looks like he's just made the move on Lexus. To be fair, Lexus has done okay, holding on to them positions with 13 lap hold tyres. Major Allen has retired in the pits, so he's had enough of his race. Too many mistakes in the first part of this Grand Prix didn't help his matters, but onwards and upwards to the next race, of course. British Call pitted. We obviously missed that. He pitted his one lap on his medium tyres, so like I was saying to you earlier, let's watch out for him and Mongo coming through the field. Obviously, Mongo doesn't really matter as of much because he's got 10 seconds, but British Call's one to watch out towards the end of this Grand Prix. We do have another yellow flag. We have Allen's car coming on to the main straight, so Aidan Tubbs is going to have to watch out for Allen's car. I don't know when that will go off, and it has pulled out away nicely. We have seen it. We have seen it sometimes where it's popped out and it's caused crashes. But Woody Bum and
sorry, I just see what Buttons got the chat. But Tubbs driving straight to Wednesdays.
Yeah. Got Woody Bum and Mongo still fighting out, so Mongo's passed on the much newer medium tyres. It's going to be tough for these guys that have gone on to medium tyres. I think they're going to have to. It's definitely
definitely two-stop. Yeah, absolutely, definitely two-stop territory for this race. It just all depends where you go and what you start on. Do you do hard, medium, hard, medium, hard. Chuck a set of softs in there for a good measure, just in case you want to go fastest lap. Pretty sure the fastest lap point is back. I haven't seen anything different, but then again, because I'm not racing, I don't really see that much anymore. But I'm presuming the fastest lap points are still in place for F1.
Yeah. I don't know who's got the fastest lap. Can you actually have a look?
Fastest lap is at the moment. I believe it's Room.
I think it was Brewmaster. I'm pretty sure it was Brewmaster last time I looked.
Yeah, fastest lap. No, it's Mongo 1:22.0.
Oh, okay, so Mongo's taking that extra fast lap. I think we give a point now, don't we, with the fastest lap? So that's nice. We've got a big old fight here into turn 1 Delta. 4 cars.
Yeah, we've got the kick off. Prentice calls Sid Sandwich. James Abushi, who's just managed to get through that fight, puts himself into P2, but Jay has just come right back around into turn 3 and taken that spot back. Sid manages to get up into P4. Freddy's Calder chasing him down, trying to get back into that spot where he could potentially get later on.
Yeah, Jay's got to be careful. He's got a group of 3 cars. The Freddy's Calder coming to the field nicely, and he's going to want to take that deficit away from Aidan Tubbs a bit in this first stint. Jay could be.
Sid's looking to make the move against Douche. He's putting pressure on. He's done the double. As he goes into the shifting, does the double on Jay and Douche. Very nice again.
Yeah, lovely move there by Sid, taking 2 spots
Fred now
away.
looking to make the move on Douche as well. Does that on Douche. Fred now maybe looking for Jay. Doesn't quite get the time to do it on Jay on this move. But comes around the final corner. Going to get through Sid, going to box.
Sid Sandwich, he's coming early.
He's coming at box quarter 10 seconds, unfortunately, on that one. Brad unable to make the move on Jay, does slot into P3 though with Sid boxing. Jay though, Brad on the tail of Jay. And Agent Tubbs, as predicted, has gone off into the wind nearly 12 seconds now ahead of Jay Undisputed.
Yeah, so this is the man we're watching at the moment that could put a dent into Agent Tubbs' hopes. He's British Call, he's the man on the mission at the minute, probably one of the fastest drivers on the grid. He's on the fastest tyre, but he's got about 4 laps to try and take that deficit down. Diamond, obviously still sitting in 4th place. Looks like British Call is going to make a move now on Jay. But yes, his sandwich decided to pit very early, only 7 laps on the hard tyres. So I'd still had a couple of laps to play for, and then suffered himself by getting a 10-second penalty, or a massive slide there by Bread. But he's still only 4 tenths behind Jay, so I will expect to probably seeing Brett overtake here, so let's have a look.
Yeah, you said about penalties, like I said, it's a very short entrance into the pit lane. You can very easily get caught out, and like you said, minutes as well. It's very hard to keep it in line, especially if you are in a train. There's dirty air, your tyres might be a bit worn, you might have a bit of damage. It's not it's a simple track in layout, but not a forgiving one to drive. Looking at the penalties though, tons of them around. We've got 10 seconds for Sid Sandwich, for Willy Bumps and Mongo. We've got 90 seconds for Rue, then 3 seconds down to Radical, to Rage Quit, to David Lolface, to TJ, to Jack, to DXY. There's quite a few around. At this time, it might be by the end of the race, you'll be saying he hasn't got penalties rather than who has.
Yeah, it reminds me, the pit lane here reminds me a bit like Silverstone. You know, you're coming in at full speed and then suddenly there's a line, and it's very hard to gauge. Do you know what I mean? When you're going to Silverstone, you're coming down that pit lane and it's absolutely right at that entry. But
or
cool.
The reverse one though, that's horrid on this game as well, the reverse pit entry.
But it's cool actually. So far this lap has lost some time to Agent Tubbs. Agent Tubbs might even have this in the bag either way. Even
he's coming in for a pit. He's going to go do the changeover now. So it looks like he's trying to get in early, try and get those tyres on back out ready for the final push-ups. We are now at lap 19 of the 27 in this race.
Yeah, Diamond's in also for his second and final stop. We've got Mr. Locker now is going to be promoted up into 4th place. Him, Mongo and British Cool are still having to pit again. Diamond going on to the medium tide, whereas Agent Tubbs is decided to go onto the hard.
Yeah, I'd say it's a smart move at the end here. Lexus with a 3-second warning has come out 5th quite nicely, so he has got just behind his teammates, so hopefully he can catch up to there and see if we have a few team orders there. Obviously, Lockett's still going to maybe have to make another stop as well on those moves. Definitely will have to make another stop, but we'll see what happens there if Tubbs can catch him up in time beforehand.
Yeah, we've got Radical in P7 chasing down his teammate. These two drivers probably will be pitting in the next couple laps. The only thing is, one's going to have to pit and one's not, unless you back off by Argo picks up a 3-second penalty. Can't really double stack unless you've got about a 4-second gap to your teammate in front. So unless they've made a pre-race agreement who boxes where and whatnot, one of these drivers will have to go an extra lap more than what they want to.
It's another 3 seconds for taking us up to 12. DXY also another 3 seconds as well. Willy Bum another 10 seconds speed in the pit lane. Agent Tubbs back into P2. Agent Tubbs back in the race. Obviously Bread
and Willy Bum is as hard as a tyre. Got the braking wrong towards going into the pits. Still possibly could have got points, but is what it is. So
stinker, unfortunately, but that's our 3rd race out. Having a look at the back end, I'm quite surprised who I'm seeing at the back in P14. He is coming back through now, but TJ at the back of the race here. Haven't seen him much in the front, really. Same with our gunners. Did expect to see him more in the top 5 more than actually didn't quite what's happened in his race today.
I think TJ's running in the points, so if you have a look, you've got Radical and Remaster, who I think were behind him when he took his pit stop. So I think TJ is now running in the points in P10 once them guys in front decide to pit. Unless they're gonna decide to try and do one stopper. They've got nothing to lose if they have good tyre wear. Radical Remaster, so we'll keep an eye on that, or just get the penalty situation up. If you can just run through the penalties for people, because we've got a lot of penalties here which can shape up obviously the top 10 with only the drivers of Locker, Mongo, Gregors, Jay, Brett and Diamond, who have no penalties at all.
Yeah, absolutely. as we just saw from Agent Tom setting the fastest lap at 1:20.9. Brewmaster though bolting himself back into P2 from Radical, but back to the penalties, starting with Brewmaster in 12 seconds. Then we have Sid Sandwich on 10 seconds. Following that, it is 6 seconds for the other Williams DXY, and a bunch of 3 seconds to David Lowface, Rage Pit, TJ, Jack Haar, Lecter, Drummond, and Radical. As I said, many penalties in this race. And with Jay now also getting at 3 seconds.
Yeah, so the way it's going, literally the way it's going, Diamond can keep it up so far. He can actually get a lovely P2 here by just driving cleanly. So he just needs a little bit more extra in the tank if he's got it. 2 points, he's about just under 3 seconds behind Jay, and then obviously Radical and Sid were still, Radical and Brewmaster were still waiting to pit, but then obviously Sid's got the 10 seconds, so yeah, just a little bit more extra from Diamond to be able to get a P2 here today, as long as it nice and clean. Jack Haar obviously started in, I think he started P2, so he hasn't had such a good race so far out of the 22 laps. He's running in the P8 at the present moment. He can still be around P6 or 5 once the other teams do decide to pit. Radical has come in now, so Radical has gone very aggressive. He's going to come out on the soft tyres, so watch out for Radical.
Yeah, look, probably going for the fastest lap. Obviously, nothing to lose at this point, trying to go for a fastest lap, trying to get that bonus points if you're potentially not going to end up in the place starts. But like I said, with all these penalties around as well, it's going to be interesting to see their places when we finish that final lap.
Yeah, even Mr. Locker, running in P10. If he can catch up this little group in front of him of Lexus, Jack, Agent Taz picks up a 3-second warning. 3-second penalty, sorry.
A 3-second penalty there, RC. Probably not going to worry him so much. He is almost 13 seconds ahead of Rue, and with 12 seconds and 10 seconds of penalties behind him. I don't think he's going to be too much worried at this time.
Yeah, and like I was saying about Mr. Locker, if he can keep it nice and clean and catch this group up in front, he can be on a very good result today if he keeps pushing. He's the only one in the top 10 apart from Bread on the freshest tyres, but he is on the faster tyre. Got Jack and Gummers at a swapping position. I think Gummers just had an off. He had some dirt on his tyres. I think he may have clipped the inside curb.
Rue's just locked up now going into turn 1. Sid is chasing him down, trying to get as much distance as possible from Bread from that 10-second penalty to try and salvage that penalty. I don't think it's going to be possible. Bread very much sticking and gaining on him, trying to get past him for that final podium.
Yes, this Sandwich picks up another 3 seconds delta, so that's going to hamper him big time, especially when he's got 10 seconds already.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that final penalty there is now going to be really tough to try and get it. Mongo now for 3 seconds, while more penalties coming. So as it stands, only Bread, Locker, and Gregors, Gregors, Locker, and Diamond and Bread are the only 4 without penalties. So Willie Bond, Major Allen, Aaron D as well, all had penalties before DNFing as well. Just have a look now. Whilst we are in some sort of managed flow, obviously you'll be racing around here Wednesday. Seeing Tier 2 tonight, have you picked any tips or tricks or maybe things to avoid when you go racing on Wednesday?
Oh, May?
Yeah, you're the one racing on Wednesday, not me, don't be daft.
No, it's just, you just got to keep it nice and clean around here, try not to get any track limits and try and get through turn 1, lap 1 really. And you can go from there. Like you see many of these drivers who've had to pit for wing changes, they've suffered big time here, and you want battery to be really conservative on your battery, not using it at the wrong point. Obviously, you know, around here if you lose DRS in summer, it's very hard not to gain that back. It's worth about 6-7 tenths around here, so it's quite a lot of lap time you will lose. So once you're out of that lap time, it's impossible to get back, basically, unless it's a safety car. As you've seen from Tubbs, with all the fighting and everything that's happened, he's managed to gain a 15 seconds lead up at the top. So, and Rumas picks up a 3-second penalty. Diamond now chasing him down in the Ferrari on his home turf. He looks like he's on course getting a P3 as the moment.
Yeah, looking at these penalties here, obviously, even though he is got a 3 seconds, very comfortable in the lead, 15 and a half seconds. Radical was picking up another 3 seconds there, but looking at them, they are building up now. Lexus on 3, David on 6, Radical on 6, Ray Tritt on 3, Dixie on 6, so is TJ. Greg is among them, both on 3. Locus, still no penalties for him, so a real clean race for him today. Gummers and Jack both on 3 seconds. Diamond again, another clean racer, no penalty so far. Remaster with 15, Jay with 3, Sid with 13, obviously 10 seconds going from that speed lane pit, and like you said, Tubbs with that 3 seconds, but Brent's call again, another one without a penalty. But we have still got 2 and a bit laps to go. We might have a full house of penalties tonight.
Yeah, Diamond just passed Remaster. Remaster then went off a track, so he's now just inside the DRS, I think, of Boosh. Yes, he is. He's going to be able to keep this place for a little longer. Jack hunted him down.
Jack does the dive bomb into the corner of the chicane, gets that pass done nicely. And I think Gummers followed him behind that. I think Rue had come off a bit there.
Yeah, he looks like
I think he's got a flat. Has he got a
yeah, flat tyre.
He has got a flat. It's his front left.
Yeah, he's got a front left puncher going into Ascari.
No.
And yeah, he left it a little bit too long. Obviously now he's going to have to be forced to pit. He's going to have an accident here if he's not careful. You want to try and get off that inside line. It's a good indication for any Tier 1 drivers who are driving that. Looks like lap 16 is the last cut-off point, or 15. I'm really surprised we can see him retire now. But up at the front, we still have Agent Tubbs going around and giving him enough screen time today, but he has been a bit boring, about 15 seconds up the road, so let him just trot along at the moment and give him a bit of, we'll give him 3 corners at the end. How about that?
Yeah, we'll give him his winning moment.
Yeah.
We might as well.
We've got Diamond now picking up the pace. Now he's behind Jay. Jack is still chasing down on the much harder tyres, but at this time the mediums will, well, this is pit stop window for the mediums, naturally around 7 or 8. So hard tyres might be a little bit better. It'd be nice to see where Locker and Diamond come. They're the only 2 drivers on the grid apart from Brett, who's not got a penalty. So Agent Tubbs has started his last lap. I wonder how long he's going to be in Tier 2 before he gets moved up. They might just leave him here, but
next season he's gone. He's going straight back to Wednesdays.
Yeah, they may make a decision before that, going by the advantage that he's got today. It's major, and the last thing you want is someone winning the championship 3 races in or 4 races in.
Well, I said it is a lot shorter season. Obviously, it's only 7 rounds. So it's going to be tough to try and.
The fact that Monza is such a short, well, not a short circuit, but it's not a very long circuit, and he's won by 15 seconds. It's quite scary, to be fair.
Yeah. Gets his red fuel light on as well, so he's done this perfectly. He's now coming around to that final corner as we see him come around now.
This is where he runs out of fuel.
Yeah, just pump chunks, crashes out, spins out, done.
And there we go. Agent Tubbs comes across the line and wins the first round of Tier 2 at Monza. Absolutely dominated the Grand Prix from start to finish. Brett is cool. Oh, a lovely little slide there. He's going to be happy. He's contention for the driver of the day. P2 comes across the line. It's Brett. Sid Sandwich P3, JP4, Jack P5. But where does Diamond finish? Diamond will naturally finish P3. Our Gummers across the line finishes P6 in front of Sid. And where does Mr. Locker come? He does finish P. Oh, I missed that P7 by 3,000 of a second.
Oh,
Mongo P9, Gregor's P10, and comes TJ comes across the line P11. Radical all over the back of TTV. They're 12 and 13 respectively. P14 and 15 is David, and then we wait for Lexus to come round. In the kick, his internet played him up today, unfortunately, so he had a lot of time to come back. And then Rumaster, he's going to try and take the fastest lap, and I expect him to take it, which he has done. Extra point will now go to Rue, and P17 it is for him.
Yeah, all in all, a bit not dramatic in the sense of safety cars and wet weather and all that. We had a few argy-barges here and there, a few accidents, a few hit and misses, but all in all, a good race. Agent Tubbs coming back and proving why he was so dominant in his last season here in Tier 2. Looking back to actually this time take the win, hopefully. Also, Locker as well, getting points, going to be happy. It's a great start for Mercedes in the constructors as well for them. Also, must be very happy for Douche and for Breda School as well. First race with podiums as well for them, so congrats to them, all three of them.
Yep. Very well, to be fair. Everyone drove pretty well. No massive accidents, no safety cars. First race, long time off not racing, so yeah, pretty happy with that, to be fair. Obviously, Asian Tubbs had to be boring, a win by 15 seconds, but other than that, a lot of people, there was some really, really nice side-by-side fighting, so you have got a couple people to choose from for driver of the day. One can be Mr. Locker. You got two, Brett is cool, coming from the back, finishing, I think, P2. I think he started from the back. I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, he started quite far back.
You got Agent Tubbs, who was our pole sitter and our race winner by domination.
My driver of the day, it's actually going to be, because I think Brett's done a great run and all that, but I did a lot of it in Tier 1. I was giving last the first drive of the day. I'm not going to try and do that this season. My drive of the day is actually going to be Locker. He started quite far at the back as well. Penalties may have helped here and there, so be it, but he also did have quite a good solid race as well, managed to finish in the points as well to help in the Mercedes Constructors Championship, of course, as well. So for me, it will be Locker as driver of the day.
Well, there you go, guys. Locker is now our first driver of the day for the season, so congratulations to you, Mr. Locker. Do we do driver interviews anymore, or was that a thing of the past?
Well, we never did them in Tier 1, so I don't know. I don't think Gary ever did them.
Oh, okay, fair enough. That's how long ago I did do comps. So, so the next set of races are going to be Tier 1, Wednesday, Monza, 8 o'clock. So make sure you're there to watch. I'm sure it will be another bore fest, apart from the bottom 10 people.
Yeah, obviously Major Allen himself.
Please come and join us. Yeah, Major Allen's coming here, and for the next set of races. So the next race will be at Australia, and it will be our first sprint of the season. So a lot of points to get for that Grand Prix. So that's it. That's me done for this week. I'm sure I'll see you in the next couple of weeks, but I think Silverside Boy will be back for next week's. But I'm off for a while, so hopefully I'll be back on stream pretty soon. So that's for me, guys. Clado Ads alongside
Delta 27.
So yeah, thank you very much, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.